Okay, so I had a question about making changes to dimension styles and being able to export and import dimension styles. There's not really a simple way to import and export dimension styles. Usually when you change that setting and you add new dimension styles or you modify it in a drawing, it stays in that particular drawing. However, one thing you can do is you can set up custom dimension styles, save them as a new template, and use that template to work off of whenever you create new drawings in AutoCAD. So what I'm going to do is I already have a drawing open. I'm going to close this and I want to start a new drawing. And when I use new, it's going to ask me to select a template. Now, the two main templates are the AutoCAD and the AutoCAD ISO. And the main difference between these is that AutoCAD is standard or imperial, AutoCAD ISO is a metric. So generally, for my purposes, I use the AutoCAD template because it's in inches. Now when I do that and I go up here to Format in my drop-down menus and select Dimension Style, it's already set up in standard dimension styles. And I can come over here and modify that, or I can create a new one and call it something different. So I'm going to go ahead and just select new, and I'm going to create this to say David's dimension style. Okay. And I'm going to select continue, and then I can come up here and I can set up my parameters. So for example, if I want to come into text and I wanted to change this to 0.12 because I'm using ASME or ANSI standards. So if I change my text to 0.12, symbols and arrows, I want my arrow size to match that and also be 0.12. And I can come in here and make any other changes that I want, changing my precision to 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places, changing my fit, my spacing, anything regarding center marks. Maybe I want to use center line for all of my true positions and whatnot. So I can hit OK after I've made all my changes, and here it is, David's dimension styles. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. Now you'll notice if I come up and select new, and once again I select that AutoCAD template, and I'm now in drawing 3. If I go up to Format Dimension Style, it's back to the original standard. So none of my changes were automatically saved. But I'm going to go back to my drawing 2 where I did make the changes here, and you'll see that it's still there, David's dimension styles. I'm going to close that, and now what I want to do is come up to File, Save As, and I'm not going to save this as a DWG file. I'm going to save this as a DWT file, which is a template file, and I'm going to save it in my template folder, and I'm going to call this, I'm just going to put my name David and AutoCAD and select Save. Alright, so it's telling me that it's in inches, which is correct. That's exactly what I want. I'm just going to go and hit OK. Okay, great. So let me go ahead and close this out. Alright, I'm back at my startup page, and I want to create a new drawing. So if I come up to File, New, it's going to ask me to select a template. Remember, I saved a new template called David AutoCAD, and if I double click on that, it's going to bring up a new drawing, just like it usually does. But what's different about this template versus the original AutoCAD template is that if I go up to Format and Dimension Style, notice my dimension styles are automatically set up there for me. So that's really the best and easiest way to save your dimension styles, is create your custom dimensions, save them as a style, and then save that blank drawing file as a template file. So that way, whenever you start a new drawing, you can automatically go in and select that as your template file. And then at any point, you can always come in here and modify any of these settings, and then come back to resave as a DWT file, and just resave under the old name. David AutoCAD, do I want to replace? Yes, I do. Hit OK. And I've now, any changes or updates that I've made to that dimension style will now be saved in that template file.